that is called polymorphism, guys. So I would take next concept name called polymorphism. What is that? Polymorphism. Polymorphism. So what does it mean by polymorphism, and when we can go ahead with the polymorphism? So first we can try to understand definition for the polymorphism. Polymorphism means, next heading is polymorphism. Polymorphism means if one object exhibits multiple behaviors, multiple behaviors based on the situation. One object exhibits multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism, guys. Is called polymorphism. For example, in my case, so if I am at my family, I will be act like as the family member. If I am at my office, I will be act like as the employee. If I am at I would say uh, training institute, I will be act like as the trainer. So in this case, object is the only one, right? Me only the only one object. When I am changing the situations, when I am changing the places based on the situations, I am exhibiting multiple behaviors based on the situation is called polymorphism. Is called polymorphism, guys. Is called polymorphism. Okay, so generally poly means many. Generally poly means many. Forms means, morphism means phases. Morphism means phases. There are different phases, right? Phases. Okay, poly means many, morphism means phases. Okay, this polymorphism again, it is divided into two types, guys. Polymorphism is divided into two types, guys. What are the two types? First one is static polymorphism, and the second one is dynamic polymorphism. Second one is dynamic polymorphism. Dynamic polymorphism. Okay, static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism. So static polymorphism means the object, it has to decide at the time of compilation what kind of operation it has to perform. So here static polymorphism is object object can decide at the compilation what kind of operation it has to do, it has to perform, it has to perform. Are you guys clear with my statements? Static polymorphism means object can decide at compilation what kind of operation it has to perform. So the best example for the static polymorphism is method overloading. Method overloading is the best example for the static polymorphism. Next we have the dynamic polymorphism. So object can decide what kind of operation at runtime. At runtime, what kind of operation it has to be, it has to be performed. It has to be performed. Okay. The best example for the dynamic polymorphism is called method overriding, guys. Method overriding. Again, there is a question called what is method overloading. Again, there is a question called what is method overloading. Method overloading meaning, So the definition for the method overloading is, it is the process of writing same signature same signature with a different parameters with a different parameters is called method overloading. Is called method overloading. The best example for the method overloading is calculator. For example, I am taking the class name as the calculator, and here I'm passing the multiple methods like public, I would say void add method, and here I can do. So with the help of, for example, here I can pass the two parameters, and here I can do the addition operation, int a and int b, and here what I would do, int result equal to, I can mention a plus b. Okay, and basically here in this case I am taking two parameters, I am doing some operation. Okay, fine. Again I am doing public void add method name I am taking as the two method, and here I would mention some of other parameters. Those are like, I would say int a, int b, and int c. See here, so what is the difference here? Parameters are changing, but method signature is the same. What is the method signature? Method name and method name. Method name and access specifier and return type is the same or not? Yes. Okay, guys. Uh, so here, can we take other method name also? Yes, but if the methods are doing the same operation, then you can mention the same name. So if you mention the same name, then if any new resource will come to your place, if that person, if the person he can see the code structure and all, then the person they can able to easily understood, right? So with the help of polymorphism, we can achieve code readability. With the help of polymorphism, we can achieve code readability, guys. Code readability. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Very good. Now, method overloading, and it is the process of passing different parameters is called method overloading. So same program I can take one class and then I can write a program and then I can show you. You can get the better clarity on it. So I'm taking, there is a class name called a calculator. Calculator is the class name I am taking. So inside this, I would like to mention public void add method, add one method, or else, and here I would pass add method. I'm passing int a and int b. There are two parameters I'm passing, and int result equal to a plus b, and SOP statement result. Next here also I would do public void same method signature. I am passing different parameters. Method overloading, it is the process of passing where keep on adding the parameters, that is called overloading int a and int b and int c, and here also I would pass int result equal to a plus, I can say b plus. Normally I can mention like this, right? So here also normally can take a sysout statement, and here I can pass. This is already the value we defined here, right? Then I can mention the name is. So see, if you closely observe here, what actually the thing. So here I am keep on adding the values, then that is called overloading. For example, your capacity only you can able to bear only 50 kgs. So if I try to keep on adding the weights, then what might be the what will happen actually. So this is already you loaded with the weight of 50 kgs. So I am keep on adding the values. So happened what happened guys, so the weights will be increased. So here also the thing what I'm doing, I'm loading. So first I loaded with the 2 parameters, and second time I am loading with 3 parameters. So I'm keep on loading, that is the reason this is called method overloading. So how you can retrieve this all, normally you can take main method and inside you can create the object for the current class, new calculator, and then you can call those. This is called all about method overloading guys. This is, are you guys clear with this one? We can pass the values like 20, and normally here also can pass some values, and here also can do the same thing, dot add, and here also can pass the values some 20 and 50, and some any values. This is values I'm passing. Then now if I try to print the values, now I can able to get all the values. So this is all about method overloading. Once you are familiar with this one, next there is a thing called where I would go. Yeah, overriding. This is overriding, no, which means the object can decide at runtime what kind of operation it has to be performed. Method overriding. So the definition for that one is where actually I can go. It is the process of writing same method signature, same method signature in both parent and child classes, in both parent and child classes, Okay, so here also I can write a program. For example, I'm taking two classes, uh, public class demo, or else I can take the class name as the parent. Okay, and here I'm taking the method called something method. I'm taking public void some p1 is the method I'm taking. Okay, so here I can provide some logic. So this is called sysout statement, and then here I can write some message that is called parent regulation. Here I can write a program and then I will tell you the thing. For example, here uh, I'm taking parent class, and here there is a method I am calling public void p1 is the method, and this is the scope of the p1 method, and here I would mention parent implementation. Okay, I'm saving this one, and here the like what is the psychological example to remembering this one. So this is the parent class, and there is a child class, and it is the process of same method signature in both parent and child classes. So when you don't like your parent implementation, you want to write your own implementation. At the time, you can go ahead with the method overriding. For example, I will tell you few of the examples in this scenario. For example, after 5 months or 4 months, you will be placing on a reputed company, and you are taking very good salary, and all. So after 6 months, one fine day, your father called you. ए बेटा घर में आ जाओ. So we find one girl for you. You can come and you can marry her. So your papa will call like that. So at the time, what you will tell? No, papa. Already I have a girlfriend. Okay, so I want to marry her. So in this scenario, what is happening actually? So your father already written some implementation, but you are not liking your parent implementation. You want to write your own implementation. So at the such kind of situations, you can go ahead with method overriding. Okay. So there is another example also. I can tell you, and then you can try to understand on it. Okay. For example, you are going to the college. Okay. So one fine day, hey Papa, I would say my friends and all are coming luxury bikes and luxury cars. So in case of myself, I am going through the bus. So can you please consider me, and then you can purchase me one bike for me. So you can assume you requested your father one bike like this. So at that situation, your father will tell you, hey beta, so for purchasing new bike, there is no money. But I have one idea, which is I have my bike, that is old one. You can take my bike and you can modify that bike according to the current generation. So this is one idea I have. If you want, you can use. This is your wish. So I would say that father have to give a suggestion to son. So what son will do? Okay, Papa, I will do that one. I can take your old bike and then I can modify my bike. I would say I can modify the bike according to the current generation, meaning, so the son, I would say, uh, he can change the silencer and he can change the entire look of the bike. And then he can go to the daily to that college. So here the scenario is when the child don't like parent implementation, child want to write its own implementation at the time. There is a concept called method overriding. So these are the two psychological examples we have to remember, guys. First one is method overloading. It is the process of writing same signature with the different parameters is called method overloading. So here adding the values is called method overloading. Next, once we are familiar with the method overloading, next there is a concept called method overriding. It is the process of writing same method signature in the parent and child class is called method overloading. So what are the psychological examples for the method overriding? There are two examples which we discussed. First one is the marriage discussion. Second one is the bite discussion. So in case of marriage discussion, when you don't like your parent implementation, you have already implementation, then you can go with your own implementation. So this is the concept of method overloading. So here, uh, so here one more very important point. This is the parent implementation. And when you don't like parent implementation, you want to write your own implementation. So here also I would like to take one more class, and then I can mention the class name is child. Child. Yeah. And I want to establish the connection between that parent and child using there is a keyword called extends keyword extends parent. I would say parent. Yeah. Okay. Now same method signature public void and there is a method called p1, right? Yeah, I'm taking as the p1 method, and here I am providing system.out.child implementation. Okay, so in this case I would like to take the main method, and so here the very important point is, so if you see here, parent have the same method signature and child also have the same method signature. When the parent and child have the same method signature, you guys clear with my statements? So always when you call the same method name, always child method implementation will be executed. That is the very important point you have to remember. So in case of method overloading, so always child class implemented child class implementation will be called will be called. So this is all about polymorphism, guys. Polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Guys, can you please read this statement? What is polymorphism? Hmm. If one object exhibits, guys, are you there? Guys, I'm audible.